Dota, Dota, Dota. Okay, we're live. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Game number 2 of this best of 3 between Barracx and TNC. Oh, wait, no. I just checked the second half of the draft. It is game 2. For a moment, Liz, I thought this was game 1 because both teams apparently don't feel like there was anything wrong with their first part of the draft.
I'm really weirded out by the Wyvern pick into the OD. It's kind of fine versus Void because you have some save, right? The Shadow Demon has been snatched, so you can't really use that disruption versus the Faceless Void's Chrono. But it looks like at TNC, they're just basically stealing some Barracks' heroes, and they're going to show them how it's done, it seems. That's what they want to do.
And they got some nice cleavage. They got a decent amount of setup, decent amount of fight. Actually, to be totally honest, the team fight is horrifying, right? With the Void plus the OD, the RP afterwards.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's definitely all right. You can counterplay it on Barracks a little bit, but I don't know, not really too well. And that Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace is just a feeding ground for OD, as he's going to be able to just go ham and stack that int up. So.
I know this is you know, that summarizes Barracks draft right now. It's a little bit so. Because you got the boat buff, right? And you maybe survive. But it's like you said, you can stack up due to the Cold Embrace. Wyvern can never really save anyone. What are they thinking, Liz? What is the piece that brings everything Barracks has together? Like, what is the big ultimate pick that wins this for them right now? Because I'm not really seeing it with these 4 heroes.
You go with Barracks, you go with the carry Nyx Assassin.
Oh, yeah?
Easiest game of your life.
And the mana burn kills OD because he stacks all that in. Yes, so you bait them in with the Cold Embraces, right? He builds up that in, and then you one-hit mana burn him. Genius.
Genius sadly won't work, doesn't work. You can pick some hero that doesn't really care too much about the Chrono, but what kind of a hero does not care about the Chrono? Plus OD, there isn't such of a hero.
Abaddon.
And also you have to pick something so that this Kunkka doesn't have to go mid versus the OD. I don't think you want that lane either for.
You can kind of predict it though, right? Because Astro has a short range, so it's not as horrible as you'd think, but it is still going to be really annoying. I got it, dude. You just pick Abaddon, right? Because you don't care if you're Chrono. You're fine. Omni Knight. I'm just going to keep throwing out names. Actually, like, you could maybe fit an Omni Knight in there. What would you do with these heroes, right? Like, you do a Leshrac, safe lane, Kunkka mid, or vice versa?
I mean, you can put Pango as a core on safe lane or off lane too, so
maybe mid.
There's that.
Actually, he's pretty decent mid, right? Because the disarms and the silences. Yep. Against OD. You have to do something, because I don't think you... Like, I think you're right. You can't run the Kunkka mid. And then, like, what's the carry that gets you out of this? If you're going to run that Leshrac as a support again, I don't know if you apply enough pressure, and I think TNC get away with this stacking even more this time around. Because they're going to do it again, right? They're going to do this 1-0-1 build at level 2 for a Magnus.
They don't have, like, a hero that... They don't have a hero that takes the stacks as well as the last time. I guess Void is alright, he's legit, but you don't have your Ember, you don't have your Troll. Heroes that don't really suffer a lot from the right clicks of the creeps, even when they're empowered early on in the game. And you have to realize that Barracx, they were on to you the last time, they're going to be on to you this time as well. Bounty Hunter. Alright.
Oh, hello. Well, this is an interesting mix with the Magnus, right? Is the
Janada on that offlane as a core bounty hunter, most likely. It adds like some pace to TNC's lineup, definitely. At the same time, if he has a rough lane, it can really backfire at TNC. So bounty, I think he's good. After all, you have the OD pike into track, so you can blink in. Track with bounty, and then with OD you just pike away from the target.
Do you not hate? Do you hate the new Booty Hunter, or are you a big fan of it?
No, I'm a big fan. I love the new Bounty Hunter. I think he's really legit. He's super strong. As a carry, you can play him. I mean, right now in this game, you could put the Void on offlane and safe lane Bounty. Like, safe lane Bounty is legit. It's ridiculously legit right now. Like, with... Well, it's not going to be the safe lane Bounty, but...
All right. But it will be annoying for the Naga. You can slow down a farm. That's the other big thing about this hero. Whether you play it as like a core support, there's relevance, right? Because of that gold steal, I found, and you're going to hate, as a support player, you're going to hate me for this. I played that hero, and I don't take gold from the carry. I take it from the support. Because then they never have wards, because the support can never afford them.
But just hitting anyone, man. Hitting anyone works, because you're going to be getting that gold. Either way, after the laning stage, if you had a good time, you just start hunting people down with Facebook drums and one Blightstone, and you start critting half of Leshrak's HP or something. Like, I'm telling you, this Cuckoo Bounty Hunter at some point is gonna rip the Slash to pieces. Overall, Bounty as a core right now is in a really, really good position, especially if you get levels fast enough and those talents. I love position 1 Bounty as well. That stuff is crazy. But offlane is nice too.
It's just, I think if you're playing offline, you have the ability to go for these kind of mid-game items, right? Like the drums. Whereas if you're the carry, it feels very weird as a +1 to be building drums.
Nah, if you're carry, you can go drums, but at the same time, you need to get like Midas Desolator, you know, items like that. Items that are going to actually hurt. And because you're a carry and you're on that safe lane, you most likely will be able to get those items. So it's not that horrible, but... Yeah, I do agree with you. If you're on the offlane, you can get those utility items and feel good about getting those. Once you have like phases and drums, it doesn't matter if they have a dust, you're still gonna run out. Just pop,
the new track.
Drums, you know?
Oh, it is pretty like, I don't think even without the drums, you still chase most people down, right?
Yeah, you do. You do.
So for those who need translation into weeb form, basically build One Punch Man Bounty Hunter.
I mean, it's one punch every 3 seconds on level 4. So it's not really a one punch man. He just keeps on critting you and critting you. And the damage...
One punch them eventually.
I was actually... when Tortellini invited me to do the coaching thing with him, basically it was like running with the pros. I was playing and covering one of his games. I was coaching him in one of his games, and he was playing Bounty Hunter. He was surprised as well just how much damage this bounty can do, because people weren't really picking him as a core yet. It can backfire super hard though. If bounty does not have a good laning stage, this hero just, I don't know, he just falls off super hard.
I think that's why it's best suited to the offlane right now as well, right? Like the offlaner, it's great if you get off to like a steam and amazing start, but if you don't, you're probably out of all the cores the one that can afford to just dial it back a little bit.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely a good way to think about it.
Plus, you just want to hit people, right? This is for the POS 4 that gets forced to play POS 3. You just want to hit people. Now you can do it and find your value. Unlike me with my Ursa support, you know, I'm just punching people. That's all I want to do in life. I think the amount of armor he has is pretty insane as well. 6 armor on this hero allows him to just do that and not really pay a price. They're going to try and make him pay a price here, though. Based on the Cuckoo, well, Edict has been leveled into. Decent damage done, and the rune
3
was
bounty
actually stolen
runes.
by
4
Tims.
bounty runes.
Oh, wow.
My lord. Oh, TNC, this is over. Everyone.
You pick the Bounty Hunter. He's got bounty in his name. You got to get the bounties.
If you take 4 bounty runes on the start, everyone knows the game is done. It's just
Do you just abandon when that happens?
You just abandon. That's it. You can't do anything about it. No, I mean, it definitely does not feel great because it does have some effect. Usually people are trolling about this, but those bounty runes allow you to buy that first stick or first Quelling Blade super fast. And that does mean a lot, honestly. That is like a huge deal. Because you can win or lose the first lane because of that. The first wave, that is.
And like, who's the biggest winner when this happens? I feel like a lot of people over-focus on the mid scenario, maybe don't give enough consideration to how much gain that is for the supports, right? Because like the supports aren't going to be getting CS. The support's going to struggle to find gold. So getting that additional gold influx at the first runes is pretty insane. Especially for a hero like Magnus, who has started with those boots and now has that stick that you were talking about.
It's really good for Mag that he has these boots because he can run away from Lash. I mean, Lash without boots has 330 movement speed more or less, but
you slowly get out of range.
yeah,
He'll hurt a little bit.
As long as you run out of that edict, you're fine.
Well, mid lane, Kunkka is struggling. Azure 1-2 in terms of CS, and then you look across RML already 4-3. Make that 5-3
Right.
back.
It's the lineup, right? The Kunkka versus OD. It can go alright for Kunkka, but usually right now OD has an edge there.
He's actually struggling to get anything here. This is kind of the crux of the way that Kunkka's been playing as well, right? Because when this hero first got the change around the Tidebringer deny, it was insane, right? He locked the whole lane down. But now mids have adapted to it. They know how to manipulate the lane. They understand that if Tidebringer gets forced out early, this hero does nothing.
My purpose fulfilled.
Alright, how's top lane doing? We haven't really talked about that so far.
Oh, they got their sticks. He was trying to be annoying. Going on a spaceman here. He's damage done. Disruption comes out as well, locking him in place. That's 3 stacks. If he gets the 4th, that's a dead spaceman. We'll send him off to the moon. See you later. Blood drawn, and there's nothing Ifrit can do in this lane. It just doesn't do enough damage with a Riptide level 1.
Easiest kill on that Wyvern. So far the Void is farming as well very well in this lane. They aren't really pressuring the Void at all.
I mean, how do you with this combo? You need to get, what, maybe level 2 Riptide, and then you can start to annoy him a little bit. Even then, is that enough, though? Because he's got 5 armor. I think if you get him to negative armor, sure, you can force him out, but it's an Agi hero. When's that going to happen? Will that happen? I don't think it does, right?
Nah, he's fine. At any given point. What's good about Naga in this game is the ensnare. It works pretty well. Versus the Void, right? Versus the... Oh, mid.
A lot of aggression coming out as you're going to TP away off this skewer him back. Just about stays alive, but he can't afford to die now. If he goes down, this will be catastrophic. And there's an invis rune on Tim's.
This invis rune is so good. Yeah.
They don't know either. 8 seconds till he's got skewer, and Azure might just die. If he goes across here, I think they can just kill him.
It's just a strawl into... You can see how OD is positioned. Just a strawl, and then Magnus can move around him, skewer him back in. But it's hard. Wyvern is here now. But he doesn't have Golden Brace. They are pinging
he knows.
something else.
Yeah, no, he Tidebring it. He saw him. Oh, it cancels itself, though. It gets some value. That's one of the beautiful things about Kunkka Rare is that you can Tidebringer, you'll see invis targets. You can also see people in tree lines. Nice ability.
Pretty good Tidebringer usage, yeah. There's a double damage rune on the top lane.
Top of the CS at this point is actually quite clear. Oh, they get it?
What do they do about
Alright, they skewer him back. Azure will throw out the torrent. Doesn't connect. Tims will just back away though, because Spaceman is here.
I'm surprised Spaceman didn't take that. Yeah, I'm surprised Spaceman didn't take that DD. If he took that DD, I think they maybe get a kill on Magnus.
So yeah, it would have been a greedy damage. Play. Wink, wink.
It would have been a greedy, yeah, 80 damage.
Maybe not the best support to give a DD to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it would have been closer at least. Would have sent him home, backing this way. He just eats a couple of tangos, clarity, and goes back in. By the way, we see this bounty, and he has 18 CS versus Pango's 24. But if we click network, where's bounty at? He's actually behind, 200 gold behind. So.
Yeah, because he's got his level 2 Janada, but you said about those movement speeds. How the hell do you touch Hoppy? You don't. And if you go for Godlike, he's got a point in the lucky shot. So if you just get disarmed, you feel pretty useless in this lane, right?
Yep.
I think this was this might be the perfect solution to bounty hunters. This. You just pick a hero with a disarm built into his spells. Lol. Reasonable. Very reasonable.
Just buy a halberd, lol. Just use it.
Just have a halberd built into your hero, Kappa.
Yeah. Remember when you could like share gold and then just buy one big item on one of your heroes? Dagon level 1 coming through.
I remember when people used to buy the nice good old ring of health and give them across to people. You can still do it, but no one bothers anymore.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one is giving rings any longer. It's not that bad.
Yeah, because you like
or something.
I don't think it really got nerfed. I think it's just like the argument of what do I build it on, what do I give it to, right? Like I think someone like a Darkseer could argue for it because you know you get that for the Helmet Dominator build and you give it to one of your supports so they can harass. That would be good.
No, I mean you don't have to give them for good. Just give them.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like you give it to them for the lane phase, right? Because you're going to build a Helmet Dominator out of it. So if you're like a Darkseer, right, you pick it up and you know that you're not the one harassing. Your Earth Spirit, for example, will be. So you give him the Ring of Health and he doesn't have to run away.
Yeah, the problem is people are just suiciding to the towers anyway and buying a lot of tangos right now, so...
That's true. Don't need to regen if you can just
Mid
suicide.
lane,
Mid lane.
on OD.
I'm down to half HP, and they're going to exit, draw him back. He glyphed the creep wave to try and move it past it. They can't Tidebringer, Fairy firing up. And he'll turn around. Astral comes out. Mel will stay alive. A little bit too tanky. Meanwhile, the Shrek not so tanky. The bot lane, though. Skewer away. Tim's. Oh, he just can't get out of range of the shield crash. Cuckoo,
Has to
taking all
be
the
careful.
damage.
There's Javelin here, so... Yeah. Cuckoo has to run back too. This Pango, level 3 Swashbuckle with the Javelin. That stuff hurts.
He's pretty spooky. And this is kind of the issue. I feel like they didn't aggress hard enough onto Godlike early on, and now this lane becomes kind of an unattainable goal in terms of winning, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard, but at the same time, they're going to be able to kill that Leshrac every time he's out of position. Just hit him with Janada as well. And this huge wave is going to give Cuckoo a lot of experience and gold.
He needs it. Godlike up to level 6 now does have the Roll of Thunder available. Big XP advantage for this bot lane so far. Decent damage from Godlike.
A little bit surprised he's not using that Janada to hit the heroes a bit more often.
He's scared.
This edict. Yeah, this edict though. Did you see that? Just
destroy
the tower.
This tower is definitely going to fall. They can just swashbuckle in and make sure he's disarmed. There it is. Can't even actually deny. Instead, needs to get invis. Trying to move away. They hold on the split off though. They realize they can't hit him. You get the tower though, and that is a very early point. 7 minutes in, tier 1's down. Bo in the mid lane, onto Armel. Connects, stuns him up, and that's going to be a death on the OD.
In bottom lane, he does hit the Godlike, but there isn't really a whole lot he can do about it. Godlike is just gonna farm here, yeah. Just poke him, steal his gold, and that's it.
Even top is just a farm best. Like, look at this. So, these type of heroes right now, who do you think is going to get more value out of this kind of... I don't want to call it a treaty, but it's more or less a peaceful farm zone, right?
Yeah, Pango is definitely gonna benefit on the bottom lane. On the top lane, I mean, Void comes online a bit faster, and now with this Chrono on top lane, maybe they can go on Ifrit.
No, he decides against it. I think he's too scared of the Riptide procs, right? Because I don't think you have the damage because you haven't leveled the Silence Eclipse. You're holding a point for it, but
I think. Okay, Spaceman caught.
Okay, you know, it's just a Wyvern doing a Wyvern job.
No, it's Spaceman doing his job again, and his job has been done very well in the last game. I'm wondering, like, he warded again, as you can see this deep observer ward right there. It's gonna definitely help his team out with these stacks, but there aren't as many stacks as in the last match.
And the stacks that there are, as he was taking.
EU is taking them, it seems. So.
Yeah, well, he has to get rid of them actually, because as you just ran into the jungle, a primary, and he's just taking away any stacks that he sees. I like this read from Barracx. This is what put them in the lead early on in the last game, was just identifying that TNC is a team that is really obsessed with these stacks due to having the Magnus.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I have to admit, TNC in the last match and this match, they have a completely different draft. In this game, with this Bounty Hunter on the offlane, I think they're the ones that are looking to fight. And mid lane, Happy.
And I want to hit him hard. He's waiting for the opportunity. They're trying to bait them in a little bit. There's the track coming out. Happy already lost a third of his health. Double Edict will be activated. Just zone Cuckoo out. No one anywhere nearby to help him, and he knows Leshrac moves a little bit too fast. Yep. Surprised he didn't actually maybe try for a kill into Wyvern instead, because that is a slow-moving target.
He's just gonna steal his gold.
Yoink.
Yeah, yoink, and then move away. That's pretty much all he wants to do at the moment.
Do you play a lot of Bounty right now?
Yeah, I'm playing a decent bit.
So you play Enchantress, you play Bounty, you yoink and you sproink basically.
Yoinking and sproinking.
Well,
I don't play Enchantress right now.
You used to. That's my point. Right, these should be your two main heroes. Anything that rhymes with sproink is a go.
Yeah, even Enchantress yoinks your creeps away and necros and delusions. So.
Play Axe is a doink. Like a dunk, but it's when you don't quite do it properly. Oh.
Doink.
Look
when
at this
it
big
bounces
stack.
away from their heads, is that it?
Yeah, just to like, I hit the armor. You know what? It's called a column, but this is not a sharp blade. Not as sharp as the one that Bounty Hunter has and wants to stab people in the face with. Meanwhile, move in. Oh, Chrono comes out. Godlight's been seen. They'll stack up the poisons and be able to kill off the Pango. He's got the Swashbuckler to get away, but I don't know if it's enough. Roll Fun to activate. Nope, they interrupt him. The drive back from the shockwave's enough. They'll run him down. They're trying to give the kill to Gabby, and he'll get it.
Man, that interruption.
Beautiful.
That was some sick stuff right there.
This has been so on point with these shockwaves. Like last game, set up
it
boats.
was just the interruption, right?
The shockwave interrupts it, right? Because it pulls you away.
Yeah.
I think so, anyway.
Yeah, repositioning tools. All right. What's our bounty hunter, the yoinker that we were talking about? What is he building into? I guess drums are the item for him, right? The next item.
You know, I want to start seeing the Octarine build so you can yoink more gold. Oh, Tim's dead in the mid lane. And I think that tower's going to be very dead soon as well. They're TPing to defend it. They actually do have the Silence Eclipse available.
Yeah, but
they try to deny.
With that edict, the tower just falls so easily. Hard to defend.
And the thing about that other Strack, with the new way, well, the new Diabolic Edict, it's stronger. And the point is that this does more damage to towers. So you can now just melt through buildings at a ridiculous pace. Oh, they know about Cuckoo. They got the net up front in the snare. They can set it up and split up as well. Cuckoo's stunned. They'll try and run him through. They activate the ultimate. Pulse Nova should be enough to bring him down. He can track all he wants, but he won't escape. Yeah,
he's pretty squishy. And now EU as well, maybe.
Uh-oh.
He's very deep, but they can't really address this hard, can they?
I think they just go for the tower. Like, they'll be able to get rid of the creep wave, and they've got another Diabolic Edict in 5 seconds.
I have to admit, I am still thinking that TNC is stronger as a team, but I'm worried a bit in this game that they have a lineup that shouldn't play the same way like in that first game. And top lane Shadow Demon.
He'll walk away. Disruption will save his life. Cuckoo's here to snatch the gold. Oh, Poach comes out. Azure going to throw out the bow. Just wants to protect himself. TP coming in from the void. Has got the Chrono 15 seconds. Azure down to half HP already.
Kunkka is caught super deep here, actually.
Yeah, he's going to be tracked up. Gabby hunting through. Time walk forward. Time dilation will slow things down a bit. But the Split Earth does connect down to half HP already. He's got the time warp, but he's rude on the spot. Throwing up in the air. Gets the time warp. No! Mid-animation. He can't finish it off. Cuckoo chasing for the Plummet. Wind Curse comes out. Sand Clips gets dropped. A lot of damage done on Azure. They'll finish off the kill. Arm out on the prowl with the DD activated. The song does come out, but Ifrit no mana. He has to try and run away. And they should know this. The pings are coming out already. They're going to pursue. Cuckoo got the Shadow Walk. He wants to get the track, but he can't. Tim skewers across, gives the vision. Oh, no! He fluffs it.
The shockwave.
Ifrit just walks off. And there's a pause coming out. Definite lag. Not we're too busy laughing.
That's just DM lag indeed. I mean, I think EU there could have ran towards the void and disrupted him, as disruption was off cooldown. So that was a little bit of his misplay. I'm certain he could have helped that void. At the same time, though, well, I understand why void jumped in and then hesitated. There's Cold Embrace, right, that he has to worry about. Well, Cold Embrace isn't leveled, but he doesn't know that. There's Winter's Curse. There's Naga Song. So if he wants to catch that Kunkka, he needs to catch him together with the Naga at least. However, Shadow Demon could have definitely helped out with the disruption there if he was a bit closer, if he wasn't just hiding behind the trees.
Almost like when you're a squishy support, you don't want to be showing yourself in a fight.
Overall, Kunkka for Void, if you're TNC, I think you're kind of fine with it. But this is my point. They have this bounty. This bounty, he wants to be winning fights right now. He wants to be scaling. He wants to be dominating because very, very soon he's going to fall off. He's only level 7, 12 minutes, 13 minutes in. He's not really having the greatest time of his life. And the problem is, in that last game, I believe they were super fine with just chilling and waiting for their items for that Troll, BKB, Magnus, Blink, whatever. This game around, I don't feel they are as strong later on. I think they're strong, but Barracks, they definitely do have ways of scaling even better. You have the Naga, you have the Pango, you have the Kunkka. So.
And you're actually, if honest, I'd say TNC are pretty far behind at this stage because you said there is that time before them. And when you have a Bounty Hunter lineup, you expect to be 2-3k up by now. And instead, you're 1k behind, almost 2k behind the side of Barracks.
Yeah, so that Junada didn't really work out that well in the lane for them. And then after... After the laning stage, they kind of succumbed. They just left their towers to tier 1s to die, even tier 2 on top, instead of kind of pressuring and fighting for each one of these towers. They couldn't though, because the laning stage wasn't really that great. But still, they have Armel OD, they have the Chrono, he has Midas on DOD, he's going to be scaling really well. He should be fine. Mid lane, they caught the bounty.
They're dragging back, lock him in the spot. Silent stop, you can't even get in business, it's already on cooldown.
At the same time, they smoked up, they're moving in around.
Punish time.
They need 20 seconds for him to get back to life, but going mid right now is difficult for them, I think. They don't see the Wyvern, he's hiding in the trees.
Same with the Kunkka, right? You need Kunkka and Wyvern caught in a boat. No, but in the RP, so they don't get the boat or they don't get the Winner's Curse out.
In the RP or the Chrono.
On easy ask for them, and if you fluff one, you basically fluff both. Instead, you give over your tier 2 tower, and TNC are running out of places to hide pretty fast. But what does Cuckoo have to do? He's going for that drums, but I don't think it's going to give him the ramp up he needs. You need someone else to basically feed you XP, feed you gold right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got an idea for a new skin for Bounty Hunter. Right? It's a pirate-based theme, and you call it the Booty Hunter.
The Booty Hunter.
Yeah, like the hunt for booty top. Hey, you just went down. Not bad, right? You give him like a pirate chest on his back.
So you're just hunting Kunkka?
Yeah.
He's your main target?
Pirate on pirate action. Now pirate on weird astral creature action. Throwing up. OD getting low. Gonna protect himself with the astral just in time. Gabby does move forward. It has got the Chrono. Hold on to it right now. But they can't really throw it out because the Pulse Nova. Huppy gonna be dragged back. The X is gonna drag Armel to his death though. He will go down. Chrono gets committed now. And Huppy first to fall. No, Cold Embrace keeps him alive. Gabby has to turn around. Time walks away. Looking to actually get zoned out. Here they will finally get the Chrono Huppy, but Lynette hold him in place. Looks like Void can't escape. Gonna be dragged back to his death. 2 big kills for the side of Barracks, and all they get in return is a pos 4. Might lose more, actually. Cuckoo's pretty deep here. He needs to be careful. They're on the hunt for him. Cuckoo, don't do this.
He's on the hunt for this Wyvern instead, it seems.
Well, he's got wards, though. This is...
Alright. He's just gonna hit him, and that's it. Then he runs away. He has, what, 400 movement speed without the phases? Yeah,
they didn't have the swashbuckle. I think it was a little bit risky, because if he gets hit by the swashbuckle, then that silences him. I think Cuckoo dies. Yeah,
and there's a blink on Pango, so... I have to be careful about it, but... Alright, Lash is very deep mid. They're wrapping around him.
Yeah, he feels like a core now, and, well, they'll see the value in him as a core, as they want to kill him, poach him up. Yeah, they're on the high ground. They're going to come right down and protect him. Huppy down to half HP. The poach does finally proc through. Not enough damage to kill him. The Shuriken toss enough.
They got him.
Yes, they get him with a poison.
That was really good. The Shuriken toss that bounced away from the creeps, and then the 3 poison stacks were just enough to take down that Lash. I thought it might be disastrous for them, because there was Kunkka and there's also Pango that just blinks in. But even with that dust, they can't really control the bounty. He's just way too speedy. He just runs away.
Speedy Gonzalez moving from the spaceman now. Winner's Curse does come out. Godlike, like, can we set up? They're going for the wrong fun to play, but Cuckoo sidesteps it all. And Snare will lock him on spot, but not for long. They need to work fast here. Disruption protects him from AU on the high ground. They're going to move in. Gabby wants to go to work. No Chrono to work with, but he doesn't need it. Trying to go through Spaceman. Cuckoo does fall. Cold Embrace will not keep him alive, and Gabby will just move away. The song's going to come out. Ifrit chasing. He says, vengeance must be had. No wrong fun to work with, but a boat is coming in. Timed perfectly with the stun combo. The torrent up in the air. Gabby going to time walk away. The Astral protects OD.
He's silenced.
Can't do anything. No RP yet. He's going to be disrupted to protect him. He has got the RP when he comes out. Trying to move forward, but no, too greedy. Ifrit just runs through, finds kill onto OD. Gabby going to run for the high heels. The track is on him. Ifrit turned around on Gabby, trying to do enough damage. X'd up, stunned up by the split up, and ran down. Ifrit will finally fall, and Cuckoo, trying to stand up against all this, needs to move away. Can he move away quick enough is the real question.
Can he turn, maybe?
Maybe. He's got the Janada, but he doesn't want to try. Godlike protected by the shield crash, and AU pinged as well. They got the blink in 7 seconds. They got the swashbuckle in 2. AU in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be slowed down. Barely any mana to work with. Not enough to disrupt himself. And an easy kill from Ultra Kill for the Pangolier.
Yeah, everything is falling into place for Barracks. This is what I was talking about. I'm a little bit worried that they could not allow themselves to play the same game that they did in the last game, even though their draft looks all right. They have to just exit the laning stage smashing. They need to start rushing the game completely, and they haven't really done that. Because of that, they're just being caught everywhere, and this bounty hunter is proving to be a very insignificant part of their lineup right now.
You know, well, it depends on your perspective. He's pretty significant for Barracx. He's given them a decent amount of gold.
Yeah, that's not how it works usually. You want to be giving your own team gold. You don't want to be feeding the gold away.
Oh,
that's the thing.
That would explain my win-loss ratio.
Is getting closer to that BKB though, and with it, like he can at least stay in these fights as long as the chrono is positioned well. The problem is, look at Void. Like he's like, this Void is. I'd rather see the Mask of Madness minus Void from that last game, because this item build says I want to fight.
But
and Armel wants to maybe not fight mid.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble. Disruption to protect him. He said he's close to that BKB. He's not going to be getting it.
He was so close, and now they're just going to go uphill.
Yeah,
no,
X going to be there. Draw back. They hatch onto the Void. Going to hold him in place, and they'll just melt straight through him. He's gone. Void's dead. This is going to be high ground push that you can't stop. You don't want to have to commit the buyback so the game feels over anyway. You need to save for the BKBs. Alright, locks Bounty Hunter in place. The Glyph Force. The buyback comes out for the Void. He knows he needs to do something. That'll get him off the high ground. They sacrifice the Void's gold to ensure the ODs.
This game is completely on Armel right now. This is basically Armel 4 protect 1, 4 protect this OD. That's the only way you win. You need to be spamming out as many chronos as possible. Maybe even go for Aghanim after that BKB on Void, just to be able to, like, you're not going to be dealing a lot of damage. The thing is though, he has to go for Maelstrom after. He needs some farming item. He's like, this item build, this Vlads and 2 raid bands, like, it's great, it's utility. You can fight after the laning stage, but the problem was they weren't fighting. They weren't strong enough. So
do you feel like maybe the Vlad should have been picked up by the Bounty Hunter?
I mean, Bounty is not really the hero that wants to buy that Lads either, but you're a utility offlaner. You can get that Lads. Yeah, I would rather see it on Bounty definitely than on Void.
Atos coming out. Disruption to protect himself from the split earth, but AU has no escape plan from this. The Fuse will slow him down and run him through. The boat doesn't connect on an additional target. Astral from Armel will protect. We had to try and move away. BKB activated. Cuckoo locked on the spot, trying to move forward. The song stops him from Chrono. No, the Silence Eclipse not enough to kill off Ifrit. Now the Winner's Curse comes out. Armel, his BKB is going to be all but wasted here. Gabby doesn't want to throw out the Chrono now. He knows he can't. Wants to move away. Tidebringer silences him up as well. Gabby needs to be careful on Thundering the blink forward. Yours on the spot. No, they can't get him out. Astral going to protect him for the time being. He needs to time walk to safety and luckily got like hell in place. But no, this one got across. The RP going to skew them all in. But no, they've already lost the Void. They haven't got the damage rune on the spot. They say Mayday, abort, but they can't get out. Astral keep him alive for now. But what's the plan afterwards? Armel goes down but takes Huffy with him. They've breached the base. They're going to take a lane. TNC, the 2 big cores on the sideline. And no Chrono was able to be committed in that fight. This is looking tragic right now for TNC.
They will lose one side at least. Leshrak is not there, so they don't have that edict to work with. So perhaps they won't take much more than one.
Oh, skewering. 2 targets found. Spaceman. He shouldn't be able to get away from this, though. Will Quad embrace himself as you're looking to move forward. X Torrent comes out. 5 stacks of poison, but Disruption protects Shadow Demon. A doing a little bit of trouble when he comes out. Tidebringer gets rid of 1. We'll be able to find the second on the side. You will stop in the air. Cuckoo able to find the kill on the Spaceman, but now defused up. X going to drag him back. Last man alive, but not for long. Or is he? Ensnare. Can they get him? A few procs will be enough, and there it is. Swashbuckle through from Godlike. Finishes the kill. That's going to be a second lane.
OD is up. Nah, I don't think so.
Maybe it's
is up and Void is up in 5 seconds.
They're gonna respect
they're gonna fall back. Yeah, they're gonna respect these two. And overall, you can see that they're struggling super hard without these BKBs. The BKB on Void is the big problem. Like, he needs it as soon as possible. They just cannot use the Chrono properly. It's either the sleep or anything else. There's so many ways of controlling that Void.
This should be pointed out. That was back on high ground without Nagus. They can go for it now. There's a DD outside the Roche pit, and Ifrit does not hesitate to walk in.
How convenient to double damage in front of the pit. They instantly go in. This Roche is gonna fall super fast, and I don't know what you can do. You might go and try to fight this, but
Pangolier plus Naga is so disgusting for this.
Pangolier, Naga around the pit, Wyvern as well. Kunkab, their team fight is much stronger around the pit. You can't really go.
Is this part of the big reason? Like the damage buffs were good enough to make Pangolier a good midder, right? Or in this case, it's been used with the outlanes. But it's also that disarm is so useful against Roche, right?
The disarm is so good. The silence in this game versus the Void is so good. They do break the smoke with
they see Cuckoo.
Bounty.
They don't connect with the dust. There's going to be heals coming out. Gabby wants the chrono opportunity. Who does he go on? Song's going to be there. No! They can't get it. Boat's coming in. And Boat smash. Gabby locked in the spot. Thrown up in the air. Already dead. Mel with the BKB. Has to fight. But can he do enough? The winner's curse is going to buy time. And look at this. Gabby was kept alive, but not for long. No, the shield crash. Mistime doesn't matter. It's going to go down. Mel drops the ult, but it's too late. GG comes out. We're going to need a game 3.
Yep, we're definitely gonna need a game 3, and I think partly it's because of the way TNC have drafted in this second game. I think that yeah, some itemizations are a bit questionable. It's like this: if you itemize, you have to itemize for the game that you're playing, and you have to itemize with the game style that you're playing. If you're going for that Vlad's double raid band on Void, I expect you to be fighting all the time, to be jumping in with that OD, to be creating space and using those chronos on cooldown every single time. But didn't really happen in this game for TNC, as they couldn't really connect with their bounty. They didn't feel that they had the damage, I guess, that's necessary after the laning stage to get any pickoffs. And overall, their draft did not allow them to go back and just stack and farm it like their last draft did. Their last draft was perfect for that. They had a complete outdraft if they get to late game. This game around, I think their late game was also fine, but getting there was significantly more difficult. So they didn't manage, and Barracks, they just benefited from their a little bit greedier draft, but a draft that has many solutions to these heroes of TNC.
No, definitely. Like the bounty hunter pick, right? It gives you a ramp up in the mid game, but it puts you on the clock. And
I mean, there was no ramp up. That's the problem. When you're running a bounty hunter, the problem with that hero on the offlane is it has a bad laning stage. You said it when we were starting, that bounty hunter on the offlane is good because if he has a rough lane, he'll be still just running around, junading people and tracking. It's kind of, I don't necessarily super agree with that, because bounty hunter, if he has a bad laning stage, he doesn't feel like a hero. If he started as a position 3, you invested a lot into him. You gave him so many resources so that he can ramp up that tempo of the game after the laning stage. But he just does not do that if he has no farm. If he gets those phase boosts 13 minutes into the game, he's just useless. So
as a result, we will need a third game to decide the victor here. But before we get to that, we're going to run more ads than you'd expect to see on a sales channel at midnight. So wait a few minutes, then we'll be back for the third game to decide the outcome and who goes into the upper bracket between PG.Barracx and TNC Predator.